I tell you what, some people just they get it all. Carolina walks into a bar, trying to bring home the biggest fish in the freaking pool. Biggest fish comes around and says, "Do you mind if I bring my friend?" This is crazy. Mikko Rantanen going to the Carolina Hurricanes, and they're going to get a little Taylor Hall action as well. Chicago's going to retain half this salary for the Carolina Hurricanes. They're going to get a third round pick in return. We're throwing all of this in one trade here in the game because you can't do a three-way trade, but they're going to retain half the salary. They're going to get the third round pick, and we're going to see Taylor Hall go to Carolina. That's how they're going to get the cap to work there. In exchange, Chicago is going to get all of a third round pick. Colorado's going to come back with Martin Necas. He's got another year on the contract still. We know he wants paid next year. We know Carolina's kind of looking like, oh, we ain't going to be able to handle that. We're going to move forward in those regards. Still talented player in his own in Carolina. Then they're going to throw in Jack Drury, the 24-year-old second round draft pick in 2018. I believe he's probably got what, a year left on his contract as well. Carolina's going to give up the second, going to give up the fourth. Mikko Rantanen reportedly wanting $14 million a year. Whatever this team is, Colorado saying, if we can't do that, final year of the contract, they said, well, we'll send him out. Necas, not a big, well, it is a downgrade, but it's, something. I mean, it's a big something for an extra year. Also, you're gonna get the second, you're gonna get the fourth. You got to take a chance when you're Colorado, saying we got to try to extend the franchise core as long as we can. And unfortunately, Rantanen's not going to be part of that. So you bring in Necas and say maybe he can fit in here somewhere, and obviously for a much cheaper price tag where we can kind of keep him and McKinnon be in our future here. I mean, it's a gutsy call for Colorado, no question about it. But if you can't afford both, you can't afford both. And when you got those kind of defenders on that team, you can't afford both. So Colorado trying to play a little bit more up the middle could end up being a great decision. On paper, it's like, wow, good for Colorado, Carolina for this season. Colorado might not be doing too shabby here. It's tough on the surface. It is very tough on the surface. But again, if you know this guy's walking out the door, we know how this goes every year. When you know guys are walking out the door, teams get a lot less very often. To get a whole year out of somebody and it'd be a competent somebody, a good somebody. Colorado didn't do bad here. Carolina, again, same story. They wasn't planning on keeping Necas. They didn't see him in their future. Maybe they see Rantanen in the future if they can figure out a way to make that happen. It seems difficult, but if they can figure out a way to make that happen, if not, we'll see. Carolina putting themselves in prime position, bringing in Hall, bringing in Rantanen to be again a favorite to win the Stanley Cup this season. We'll see if they take this trade. I mean, they're going to take it. Look at a lopsided EA saying, no, we ain't sending that. That's what we took Colorado, and we knew Colorado wasn't going to be able to get that done. We'll send it, though. They're going to take that, of course. Necas going to slide up on that first line. I would imagine that's not how this is going to go. If I had to guess, it might go that way. Something about it, I always think, well, maybe they want to spread it out, but that very well could be how it goes. And they can see Necas really blossom into that second line guy. Could that be the way? Knowing the way Colorado likes to play them together, they've been spreading them out as well. But let's say hypothetically, EA thinks they're going to play up your first line together. We're going to get McKinnon, we're going to get Necas, first unit, and over in the land of Carolina, the new look Carolina Hurricanes, Svechnikov, Aho, Rantanen on that first unit. That is a disgusting unit if they play together. We could also see Rantanen, Hall, Roslovic on the second line. Maybe Jarvis slides up the line one. I think that'd be a good one. Just because, you imagine Taylor Hall's ability to pass the puck, move the puck around with Rantanen down there, his ability to score goals. It seems like something like that could line up, or, something of that nature where they kind of swap those guys around so they ain't going to a top heavy. Nonetheless, is that a power first line if I ever seen one? Nonetheless, we're going to take it through the season. Colorado, Carolina, which one comes out on top, at least as far as the winners are concerned in this particular season? I'm just gonna take a small little guess and say it's the team that got Mikko freaking Rantanen. Small guess. Next season, though, completely different story. Right now, Colorado 34-27. They got to try to at least make it into the postseason. Anything can happen once you get there. Boys can be playing like some men come playoff season here. Martin Necas and company, a little bit older, a little bit more grizzled, might be ready to go. Might be a little bit more motivated. His team didn't want to sign him, moving on from him, saying, what you're going to miss. Colorado's creeping. They're creeping. Kind of like the menus are in this game. They're creeping. I think this is why we ain't played franchise this year. Why is it going so slow? So it's really moving. It's really crawling. We could have played the games in real time, I think, quicker. Nonetheless, Colorado getting hot in the month of April. 3 games in a row with a point. Can they get another one against the St. Louis Blues right now? They need it, and they need it desperately. They're going to lose 1-0. They just needed 1 goal. You know who could have got them that 1 goal? Well, he's in Carolina. Another point there. They're settling for points. At least they're getting a point, but they're going to have to win these last 3, and they're not going to do it. Colorado is going to miss the playoffs without Mikko Rantanen. What a season for the Colorado Avalanche. Kind of come up short. Maybe. They got a chance. Did they make it? No. They ended up missing by 3 points. The other team played 2 games. It was within a point. Got, hey, you know what? There's a chance, but they did not. We're going to go to the postseason. We're going to take a quick look at the statistics. Who ended up performing for said particular teams here this season? McKinnon 78 points, not too shabby, could have been better obviously. Necas did have 74, and the scoring system obviously with McKinnon 78, 74 was a great season. They played together. That was obviously the challenge. There could have been, they played without each other and did that, and that is what happens with Mikko Rantanen apparently. 104 points, 51 goals, 53 assists, probably your Richard winner for the season. Taylor Hall, 55 points, a monstrous difference in what those 3 players did performance-wise. I would imagine Carolina walked away seeing those numbers with the Metro. Did they walk away with the Presidents? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. The Rangers ended up with 120 points. The Rangers got hot, apparently. 55-17. They ain't playing like that this season. 57-21. Carolina and every other world would have won the Presidents this season. This season, in this world, they did not. We'll see real quickly if they do indeed. They'll walk away with a little trophy. That's what they're looking for. They paid all of this for 1 Stanley Cup. That's the thing about these teams. They're being aggressive. They're gutsy plays. They're gutsy moves. But you got to remember, too, hindsight's 2020, but you only have this young core player or this young group of players only for so long. You can only afford them for so long. They're only young for so long, and you never know when that window returns. Look at Chicago, even with Bedard, they're still trying to figure it out. Buffalo's been, all these top draft picks trying to figure it out for years. Some teams, they rebuild, retool, rebuild real quickly, ready to go. Other teams, you never know when your time's going to come again. So when you're there, you got to make the gutsy calls. Carolina's going to beat the Washington Capitals. They're going to go at least to the 2nd round. Will they advance to the 3rd round? We're going to find out here shortly. 3-1 over the Rangers. Out could be for the Stanley Cup. Rangers, Hurricanes for the Stanley Cup. No, Winnipeg is actually going to win the Stanley Cup. They are not going to walk away. All that just for the Winnipeg Jets to walk home with that cup. Nonetheless, that is going to wrap things up for this video. As always, love the all thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate you liking, subscribing. You never have to. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.